Alright guys, wanted to update you guys with a new video. Since my last video on installing the wheel lights, I had it back before I had the 3M adhesive backing. So wanted to give everybody an update on how to install the new wheel lights for everyone who is doing the packages that I ship to them from the house. So once you pull them out, you'll see they got the 3M rather adhesive backing. And I start with the wheel. I usually try to put the valve stem towards the bottom to start. It's kind of the starting point. And with the power supply side, I'll find the closest spoke to that, and I'll put it kind of right towards the front because we're going to run this power cord up this. So start at this first spoke here, and I'll peel this back a little bit. First step I did, obviously I'm not doing that on camera, but I cleaned this wheel like 3 or 4 times before putting this this wheel strip on, or this light strip on. So make sure that you clean this thoroughly prior to the installation. So that part's already been done, and go over it a couple times because you'll wipe it 2-3 times and there still is like residue dirt that's in there. So make sure you got it clean to where nothing's coming up anymore. For those of you that have a previously used wheel, if your bike is brand new, you obviously won't be as dirty. But so start just before that spoke here. Let's see here. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and peel this back a little bit at a time. So I'm just pressing it down as I install. Peel back a little bit. Press it down. Adhere it to the wheel. Make sure everything is staying on. And then I'm just going to keep rotating this wheel a little bit as I work into it. So keeping it pressed down, pull back a little bit, press it down, pull back, press it down, and then I just kind of go over every once in a while and just make sure it's all staying on there tight. It's really adhering pretty well. I've already done one wheel. I did it off camera and was like, I need to do an updated video so everyone can see it, the new installation. I did one years ago, but that was back when you had to do the silicone all the way around, and I reached out to manufacturer and had some changes done on the lights before they send them to me, so it makes this step easier. And now this will stick on here really well. That was one of the changes I made several years ago. Now it's pretty popular. You see, there's several bikes. I'm sure most of you, when you do your rides, you see a lot of bikes with lights on them now. It's kind of cool how that culture has changed over the years. So I'm just going to keep going around this process here, a little bit at a time, pressing it. You can see we're about halfway done. It's not too difficult. It's just, you want to be precise with this. Take your time. There's no rush. Just a little bit at a time. You can see I'm just doing this right here on the floor. Super simple. Just keep turning it. This part you can probably speed up to the end here. You'll see. Or if you're watching this video while you're installing it, you can keep pace with me here. This one's a 26-inch wheel, so this one will take a little longer than if you've got like one of those, like a Super 73 or like most smaller e-bikes that's got a 20-inch wheel. But it'll be the same process. You won't have as much length to adhere, so it should go a little faster. But you can see we're here at the end. All right, all that's done. Last step, and I include on the package, if you drop it off to me, I take care of this obviously, but in the package I'll include a little tube of silicone. And I just put a small little dab. Usually I get a toothpick or something that makes it easiest. So grab a toothpick, get a small little dab. You see, very tiny amount. And I will put it on the end caps here. And that'll prevent that from lifting up. So that'll stay there. And then same thing with the other end cap. Just a small little dab. It doesn't take very much here. Make sure that adhesive is pressed in, and then a lot of times I will use some cotton swabs here or some Q-tips. And the last part here is just get a couple Q-tips, and I'll make sure that you're removing any excess there. And just get a little napkin here, just so you're not getting your silicone on the floors, any surface here. And I'll just clean up that last little bit with the Q-tip. There we go. And then now let this sit for a couple hours. Sometimes I may get a little masking tape and kind of hold that down in place, depending on how your rim is taking to the lights on there. This one's actually doing really well, even though the edge of this rim kind of bows out, which is sometimes is difficult because the lights want to lift up if it's not a completely flat surface. If there's a little bit of an angle on them, they'll want to lift. But this one, it was just slight enough that it's really no different, not taking it much different than if it were flat. So it's holding it really well. But yeah, that's done. So now we'll let this sit for a couple hours, and then we'll run the power supply up the spokes. We can get power to this, obviously we'll do the other side here. But yeah, that's kind of the step. It's on there and it's done. I just did this one about 10 minutes ago. You see, it's on there, holding well as well. So that's done. You just kind of get them out, and I'll let this one sit for an hour or so, and then I will do the other side once I know that it's on there well and it's not going to move when I start moving the bike around. So that's done. That's it.